Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 12th and final episode of Kemono Friends Season 2. Now, last episode, things have definitely gotten a bit out of hand. You know, we got lots of these drawing cerulean friend type things with those big creepy eyeballs attacking, and we have regular friends fighting off against them. So that's a thing. We're handling the situation fairly well, despite things like glass breaking, water flooding in, very fast, evil, cerulean friend copy things attacking us, but we're doing fine for the most part. However, we're probably gonna run into some more difficulty before things are over, so yeah, let's just get into it and see how that goes. 3, 2, 1, play. Don't step in puddles. You think so? I think so too. She does as well. Well then. Asking the important questions. Oh. Well, how is she doing right now? Hopefully Pigeon's okay. She's probably pooping on something, but hopefully she's fine. Yes, if the penguins are helping, we should have this. We should have this in the bag. Oh, oh no, not the plushies! Don't not go with the plushies. At least give them to me. It was fine before. It should have been here in its prime. She's on a boat. Good job, Lucky Beast. You don't say. What an observation. Yeah, this is what I mean by things getting worse. The kid in the drawing. In most contexts, that wouldn't sound so serious, but this one it does, and we have the opening. I don't think we had the opening play in first season's final episode. I feel very welcome to a Jeopardy story, so. I'm home, Tadaima. Come back. We need to talk to you. Okay. What are we doing out here? Okay, that looks a lot worse up close. I think it's a safe assumption. Why are you getting close to it, though? Well, that doesn't mean you should go near it. It just took their general form. I don't think you can reason with it. Yeah, don't get close to it. Oh. Well, that was close. Did you get injured? You watch out, there's nobody to Well, I guess there is somebody to help her. There we go. Good job. Never been so happy to see you. Yeah, we're all here. We're all friends. We're all helping. It's great. Well, I think everyone was. Carrie and Panda. You don't say. Yes, we're all friends. Although she said Nakama there, not like the friends as in a friend. As in a human or an animal. It can be a bit confusing with the subs. That's definitely a problem. They're even more terrifying when they fly. Somehow. Yeah, we probably don't want to go down there. Well, you couldn't have known that would happen. Of course, we're friends. We'll go with you. Just throw the panda at them. Panda really has a good grab there. And a very good position. You can't outrun Cheetah. Ooh. Boom. Nice. Yeah, everybody's fighting. Is it still moody? Well, give it its bottle and rock it to sleep. Well, we're doing our best over here. That door's seen better days. Ugh! The sound. The sound made it so much worse. Let's take care of this. Boof. And boof! Not convinced by that sound effect, but there we go. We got it. It's all good. We got the drawing back. Well, that's good. Now put that somewhere safe. Or destroy it, one of the two. Burn it. Yeah, I was waiting for something to happen with what you were doing with the camera there. You're not doing very much to help there, Fennec. You look really cute just kind of standing there, but still, you should try to help. It's cool seeing them back-to-back fighting. It is. Raccoon yelling over there. Oh, oh. Well, is the sound really necessary? It's creepy enough without the sound. Well, hopefully you got this, but I feel like you're not going to do this very effectively. Oof. Ouch, yeah. uh, yes, yes it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got it. You don't need to explain further. She definitely feels more attached to them than anyone else. Man, it's a good thing they're not based off of Kaban's feelings were serval, because they'd be unstoppable. Throwing that shade. Yeah, keep that drawing safe, please. You know, I don't know what point there is to just hovering such a little bit over the ground like that. You might as well just stand up. Yeah, I'll be fine. Oh, those wings are cool. Like bat wings. Like come out of her butt, looks like. Even though most of the wings we see are like on the head. It kind of ruins it because it's cerulean, but you jumped over that tiny crevice. Good job. I knew you could do it. It's not okay. We lost the hat. She just looks wrong without it. Yeah. Come on, beat them up. Nice kick. I like how she struck a cool pose right after the kick. Good stuff. Oh, that was a blush. We weren't even in the drawing. Why do we have to deal with this? It is a nice drawing. I wouldn't want it to be destroyed if we can avoid it. Oh. You two just kind of pop up, don't you? I'm not gonna remember those names. Well, no. I just want to have happy memories of my friends and our fun times. No, not at all. Because it was fun. Because I like my friends. She just looks so wrong without the hat. I can't get over that. Good times. Oh, the stage performance. Need to rewatch that soon. Okay. That's good to hear, but you don't have to yell. Oh wow, Hululu getting in that fight. It's a little bit weird seeing Hululu fight. Yeah, I guess I love them, and I want to draw them. Okay, it's all together now. Is the ocean in a bad mood again? Oh, gee. How did you even get here? Do you need a hug? Do we need to cleanse you with our love? Oh, you wouldn't have to tell me twice. Uh, I like what she says, go back to the hotel. Go back to the hotel right after saying they said for her to ride them. Very nice time in there. Yeah, we're coming back, so did you miss us? The beast, I think you're talking about. I don't know how she got on the boat in the first place, but she's here. Now go fight some ceruleans. Have fun with that. What was I gonna do with it? Yep, there we go. Good job. Making yourself useful. Yeah, it was impressive. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but she'll just fight whatever in front of her. well, well, of course. It's gotta kind of lure her to Ceruleans to fight. And there's those two. The hard ones. Whoa! Oh, nice. Oh. They just kind of started hugging right there. Good job. Oh! Wow. You ruined it, Serval. You ruined it. Well, maybe we should get away from it then. We can build another one, maybe, with humans' help. Well, we do, but, you know, you feel bad for her. Oof. Well then, is it over? Yeah, I bet you did. I'll trade beds with you. It's okay. We can always rebuild hotels. Is that a silver lining? Yeah, we don't even have helicopters, so... Oh? It'd be great if we could get a squeeze in one more concert, but I doubt it. We'll pay them in chapati buns. I was joking, but... Okay, I guess that works. Okay. Well then. The hotel was a casualty, but at least we all survived. Now we gotta come on and serve all together. Well, that trio wasn't as good as your duo. Oh. I got chills. Uh, I really do miss the days when they were partners. Uh, 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 aw. Uh, Kaban-chan, yeah. So many chills. Almost tears. Uh, uh, indeed. I really do miss season one. Yeah. Okay. We still need a bed to sleep in. But we do have a house we can go to, so. Who knows? What was that sound? What was that sound? Okay, I guess we're just tummy rumbling. I guess that was what it was supposed to be. Hey, the hat came back! Yay! That was like the one real casualty. Hopefully she picks that up. Yeah, I gotta love that season 1 opening. I've heard the songs more times than you could possibly imagine. I've heard it so many times that it barely registered with me that it was playing. Come to the Jeopardy Park. La 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 la. The Jeopardy Park. Yokoso Jeopardy Park. Is that our dog? I think it is. A lot of letters. I think I saw a heart on one of them. Uh, Aw, that's a nice picture. Aw. Oh, that looks so pleasant. And then it ended. Okay. Well, that was the 12th and final episode of the second season of Kemono Friends. And this episode, yeah, basically it was a matter of defeating all the remaining Cerulean copies, which did include Serval and Conical, which were the hardest to defeat because, which makes sense, you have a situation where the more feelings were put into the drawing, more powerful they are, basically. And she's more attached to those two than anyone else in the show, so they were kind of like the boss battle there, which was a thing. So luckily we were able to deal with all that. We even used the beast's help to clean things up a bit. It was a bit of a risky play because, you know, she's not really a friend of ours. But, you know, it worked out well for us, not so much for her. We had our mysterious birds show up again. I don't know why they just show up at these random spots. I don't know how the beast showed up on the boat, but, you know, how things go. And we did love Finnick just standing there all cute as everyone's fighting. I don't know. There's something about the way she was standing there and her facial expression just really, I liked it. It was good. It's unfortunate that the hotel had a break. I liked the hotel. It was nice. Take a while to build something like that again. But yeah, nothing got too bad. Like I said, we didn't get any actual casualties or anything, so it's fine. Let's see what else I really had to say about this episode. we got a decent amount of Kaban, which I liked. You know, she was with Kurio for a little bit, and then we had her talking to Serval, which was one of my favorite parts of the episode, because, you know, season 1 and all that. It would be nice if, you know, they could actually talk about season 1 together, but, you know, clearly Serval doesn't remember that, so that wouldn't happen. But yeah, it has a pretty open ending, you know, where Kiryu essentially says, you know, the home is with my friends all along, and let's just go around and solve people's problems like we've done before, you know. Obviously letting them have a season 3 if they want one. And I think a season 3 was announced for this. I could check on that real quick. But I believe so, because I'm watching this quite a bit after, you know, we had, after the episode actually aired. I'm a little bit late on it, so that makes sense. Certainly does, I would say. I can't really check on it right now because I can't type in the word Kemono because M is currently a hotkey for something. But anyway, I think the season 3 was announced or something like that. But anyway, yeah. So my thoughts on the my thoughts on this as a final episode. It was fine, I guess. You know, it had everyone working together to fight a common enemy, so it wasn't too bad or anything. But didn't quite have the emotional impact that the fighting together in season 1 had. You know, where you had the big title logo pop up and the music playing and everyone showed up out of the bushes. Obviously not quite as good as that. Which is kind of the theme of the season in general, which I'll get into as I talk about it now. Okay. I want to make something very, very clear. This was not as good as season 1. It wasn't. You really can't make an argument that it was. The only thing you could possibly say was better was the animation, and even that's a little bit subjective. But, because, you know, this animation for season 1 worked for it. You know, it added to the charm of the show, where it was a labor of love and, you know, and all that. So, yeah, I don't think anyone would possibly make the argument that this was better than season 1. At best, you could argue that it was as good, but I think that would also be very difficult to do. In my opinion, it was definitely not as good as season 1. And I'll probably compare them a lot in this little bit here. Okay, so, I mean, it's kind of hard to do overviews of a season 2 anyway, because, you know, there's a lot of overlap there, so. Now, obviously, this was going to be different than season 1 because it has different people working on it because of the drama that happened, you know, with the staff and everything, which you're probably familiar with if you're watching this. But, you know, so I knew it would be different, but I think it still would have been a little bit worse in season 1, regardless of if it had the same people working on it, just because a lot of that initial mystery of it was kind of already like dealt with in season 1. If you know what I mean? Like, a lot of what made season 1 special was the fact that we didn't know exactly what this world was. Was it post-apocalyptic? Did everyone die? What's the deal with this park that looks really run down and stuff, and all it has is a bunch of animal people talking to no humans, and this little robot that talks to Kaban and nobody else. You know, where did Kaban come from? You know, there was so much mystery to it. We were sort of learning everything about everything, and the world building was done so well. And we learned about how friends are made and how ceruleans are made and why people are gone. And we had a real concrete goal of really figuring out who Kaban is, what she is, where other people are, helping her get back to her people. You know, so just everything about season 1 made it easier to be more emotionally invested in it, I would say. You know, and so because of the mystery thing, I felt like season 2 was always going to be a little bit worse, regardless of what they did or who worked on it. But there were definitely things that I think could have been better if, you know, the original staff were working on it. Because some of the shortcomings of the second season were, I just make sure I make this clear. This is all my opinion, you know. I think the two-person dynamic of Serval and Kaban worked a lot better than the three-person dynamic of Serval, Karako, and Kurio, you know. But because we had more of a you know, they were partners. They worked together. They got a really strong emotional attachment through their adventures, and it wasn't as like split. So that's something I preferred a lot with that. And Kaban in general was just a better main character than Kiryu. You know? It's really hard for me to really explain why I think so. But just Kiryu just seems more, I don't know. A really oversimplifying way to put it is that she's kind of a discount Kaban. You know, just she's just more bland compared to her. I don't know, just like so it's like so they took Kaban and then just kind of like I don't know, tried to make her a difference, but in the process made her uninteresting to me. You know, I don't know, I just never really got fully attached to Kiryu the same way I did Kaban. Kaban, you really got behind her, you know. She was in this world, this strange world full of animal people that supposedly try to eat her, but not really. And she's like told very early on that she can't rely on people to help her out and save her all the time, and that she needs to work to defend for herself. And she takes that to heart. She over time improves and able to actually climb trees, and you know, by copying several meow 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 as she climbs those trees. And also at the same time, the person that told her that she needs to do that at the same time is like, you know, if things are getting a little bit too hard, we are there to help you out. And they all did show up to help her out in the end. And just, I don't know, I just feel like season one did a lot of things better because stuff like that. And just had more memorable friends in general. Season two did have some good friends. I won't deny that. I definitely liked, you know, Dolphin. I liked, who else did I like? I liked Domestic Dog. She was cool. I like Cheetah. Let's see, trying to remember all the friends. I mean, I have a list here. I don't know why I'm trying to just remember off of all of memory. Let's see. Who else did I like? I like the Roadrunner. She was nice. I like the pig, the pandas. You know, they're in I guess Duck as well. They were good friends for sure. But I don't know, they didn't really stick with me as much as a lot of the season one friends did. Like Tsuchinoko, Alpaca, who else? Well, the penguins were in this one too, which I do appreciate. If it wasn't for the penguins being in this, I would have been much more harsher with this second season. But you know, we had Toki, you know, the bird, Crested Ibis, I think was her translated name. You know, Raccoon and Fennec were in this one as well, but you know, they really are season one characters. I like them a lot too. They had a good dynamic. Again, like the two-person dynamic, which I still think works better than a three-person one. Just, you know, there were characters like that. I mean, season one did have some characters I didn't care much for, like when we got into the whole moose and lion thing. There were a lot of kind of side friends that were meh, but just in general had more friends that were more, you know, they just stuck with me better. I couldn't think of a good way to put it, but you know, season one and season two had decent friends that I liked, but I don't think any of them really stuck with me the same way. But see what else do we got? What else I want to talk about with this? Yeah, just season one really had more of a concrete goal, a journey to go on, and they were like going to say goodbye at the end of it, and all that. And they just in the end they just kind of came with her, but they were still going to like go somewhere else. Like a season back then, a season two would have meant going to a different island, meeting new friends, and just having a good time. But season two didn't do that. Season two ended up being on the same island, just well, you know it's the same island because Kaban's still there. Actually, well, no. Serval and Kaban both being there means it's definitely the same island. And of course, everyone else, you know, Fennec and Raccoon and the penguins, you know, it's the same island, so we did not go somewhere else. But you know, and they also season two also seemed to change a few things. Like we didn't have this whole corrupted beast thing in season one. We didn't have these humanoid ceruleans, which were just really creepy. And I think they just in general changed some of the cerulean lore because ceruleans could not like they would die. Well, they would harden with salt water, and yet this did not seem to really. It didn't seem to be the case in this season, which was just weird to me. I'm still not sure what the deal is with that. But you know, ceruleans still are the main antagonist either way. But you know, I don't know how much more do I really have to say on this. I know I've already talked about the mysterious thing, the world building already kind of lacking in this because it was mostly done in season 1. But that really is a really big thing. We had the whole thing with Mirai and the second serval and the memories. Just there was so much cool stuff like that in season 1, and then just like season 2 had none of that. But just like, hey, I'm Kurio, I'm the Kaban replacement because Kaban's not in this show, at least not at that point. Hey, Servo, we need to have at least one character from season 1 for people to care about to go on our journey, and let's throw somebody else in there as well to hide that the dynamic's not as good as it was in season 1 with Kaban and Servo. And then we'll just find my house and he'll draw some things because I need some sort of quirk to stand out from Kaban. You know, that's what we got with this season, really. And but yeah, another big disappointment of the season was what they did with the whole you know, Sen and Arma searching for Kurio. There was a lot of build up to that, kind of acting like a similar dynamic that we had with Fennec and Raccoon in season 1, but it didn't amount to very much. Like I thought this would be like a pretty big thing, you know, some big reveal, big plot twist or something. But it was just like, hey, a dog hired us to find you and bring you to her because she's lonely. Let's go do that. And I like the dog, so you know, that's fine, but I just feel like it had a lot more build up than it had payoff, so I wasn't a big fan of that. It just felt like we were just trying to emulate a certain aspect of season 1 and then just didn't deliver on it anywhere near as well. Whereas Fennec and Raccoon, they were really building up towards something, talking about, you know, a treasure, talking about being in danger, like the island's in big danger. We need to do something about this. That was a much bigger deal. But no, we didn't really get too far with that at all. But you know, my point is there's just a lot of shortcomings make season 2 not as good as season 1, like not even close. But that's pretty much all the negatives. The positives on this is that season 2 itself wasn't bad, you know. It wasn't bad. If I didn't have season 1 of Kemono Friends to compare it to, like if this was season 1, you know, with a couple things having to be altered for that to be possible, I would think that it was a pretty good show. You know, I wouldn't have too much to complain about it, aside from, you know, like I said, the whole Arma Sen dog thing being a little bit mishandled. That would be probably my only real big complaint about this if this was like a standalone thing. I probably wouldn't have any more complaints beyond that. Let's see, yeah, I think that would be my only real complaint if I had nothing to compare it to. It would just be like an above-average anime that I enjoyed quite a bit and would like to see more of. But, you know, it doesn't exist in a vacuum. This is a season 2 of a season 1 with a lot of controversy around it. And as a result, I have to take it that way. You know, it wouldn't be fair to anyone to ignore that aspect of it. But, you know, season 2 itself wasn't bad. It just was not as good as season 1. And I would love to see somebody try to argue that it is. That would be something fun to read, I'm sure. But just the fact of the matter is it wasn't. And I've given pretty much my thoughts on why I think so. I am glad to watch it, though. I almost didn't want to watch it because I do have a lot of strong feelings about what happened with season 1 and the staff and all that. But I did give it a chance, and I'm glad I did, because it is definitely it's solid for what it is. You know, it does allow me to see more Serval, which I liked because I like Serval as a character. I liked her a lot. She definitely seemed a bit different in this season, a bit more of a muted personality, like a bit more mellowed, you know. But I do think that's partly because she doesn't have Kaban anymore with her. You know, that has a lot to do with it. And yeah, hypothetical season 2 that had Kaban as the main character still traveling with Serval, that would have been preferred, obviously. Exploring a new island, meeting new friends, while maybe bringing some of our old ones with us. That would have been interesting, but it's not what ended up happening. I do like the idea of having these like corrupted beast sort of friends as an enemy antagonist. I did like that idea. They didn't really do a lot with that though. It was still Ceruleans that were the main antagonists, just very creepy humanoid looking ones that are going to appear in my nightmares, so that's a thing. So I think that's about all I really got to say on this. In conclusion, my thoughts are that this kind of failed at being a good sequel to season 1 of Kemono Friends, but in and of itself wasn't a bad anime. It was nice getting to see our old characters again. Seeing more PPP performances were very nice. You know, the animation was more fluid, so and you know the camera angles and stuff were more dynamic, so that was fun to watch. I did enjoy seeing our three main characters interacting with each other, even if it did fail compared to our main character season 1 interactions. Because, you know, just like Karako just never really felt like she was, you know, as much of the in it as Serval and Kyuu were, because Serval was season 1, Kyuu was supposed to be similar to Kaban. Karako always felt like a bit of an outsider to me as a result. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts on it for the most part. So, you know, if there is a season 3, which I think that was announced, or there was something new Kemono Friends announced after this. I'm pretty sure that had some sort of pop up in my anime list notifications about Kemono Friends, and I'll watch that too. You know, this wasn't as bad as I was concerned that it would be, but it also wasn't as good as I'd hoped it would be. You know, as it could have been if circumstances were different. But you know, not bad. It was fine. So there you go. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.